my name is Vessel, and today we are hiking further down the Pieterpad. So today we are hiking from Coevorden to Hardenberg, which is about 19 kilometers through the tail of the river Vecht. It will be quite flat landscape today, quite open, but well, it's probably going to be quite beautiful. I heard good stories about this area. So when I see something interesting, I will show you guys. Over here we have something quite interesting. It is the Gate of Drenthe. Now this Gate of Drenthe is an art project that basically shows the border between an industrial terrain on the right side and a man-made natural terrain on the left side to compensate for the industry. The funny thing about the Gate of Drenthe is that it is not actually the border of Drenthe, which is 2 or 3 kilometers further down the road. But it's quite interesting that they call it the Gate of Drenthe anyway. So, moving on, we will very soon cross further into Overijssel. So, remember that I said that the Gate of Drenthe was not the actual border of the province of Drenthe. Well, we have hiked another 2 or 3 kilometers since that, and right as we walk over this road, we are now in the province of Overijssel. We've crossed the border of Drenthe, and from now on we will hike through the province of Overijssel. So this here is the Afwateringskanal. It is a canal between Coevorden and the river Vecht, and it was used during mining of peat in these regions to make sure that the water will just flow freely when peat is mined. Now, this canal was dug in 1925, and it looks quite honestly not bad, a bit open and wide, but that also means you can see pretty far. Anyway, from here it is only some 13.5 kilometers to Hardenberg. So let's continue walking. We have arrived at the Haan, which is a crossroads of rivers and canals and a train track that basically looks like some tangled spaghetti. Over here we have that direction, and over there, with here the train track between Hardenberg and Coevorden. Over that direction we have, I forgot the name of the canal. Anyway, that is a canal, and over there we still have another canal with yet another name and another year where it was made. So from up in the sky, this really looks like a bunch of tangled spaghetti and not like a natural river. It's quite funny to see. Anyway, we will continue to Hardenberg. So we have arrived in the village of Haan. Now this is a monument for a battle that was fought here on July 28, 1226, where Rudolf Coevorden led an army of farmers to fight against the army of Bishop Otto II of Utrecht. Now the army of Bishop Otto II was led into a swamp, after which the farmers basically slaughtered the army with scythes, spears, clubs. 1 year later, Rudolf of Coevorden was tied to a wheel and had his limbs broken and was executed. Quite a strange story, but here's a monument for that. Anyway, from here it is some 6 or 7 kilometers to Hardenberg, which is our final destination for today. Just some 3 kilometers before Hardenberg, we find Engelandse Bos, which is a pretty small forest around the old, the old Vecht. It looks a little bit dense, I must say, and I like that. But it is named after a small village near here called Engeland, which is also the Dutch name for England, which is on itself quite confusing. Anyway, this is a forest on a bit sandy ground. There are supposed to also be open spaces here in this forest, but I must say I like it. Just before entering Hardenberg, we reach the Vecht. Now, this water near here is just a part of Vecht dug by humans. Basically a small natural haven dug by humans. A little bit further is the natural flow of the Vecht. Now, this part here that is dug by humans is used for the for natural purposes. So fish can breed, more birds live near the city, that kind of stuff. In the background you can see Hardenberg, which is quite beautiful, even though it looks a bit more modern than it actually is. Also, the last few kilometers before we reach our final destination, it started raining. Anyway, Hardenberg is our final destination for today. So I hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you all next time.